Dim dim tananana dim dim tananana dim dim dim. Shri Bhagavan Shri Bhagavan Shri Bhagavan
Namaskarams. Thus spoke the Lord. The next episode. This is from Mahabharata. The first episode was from Bhagavad Gita, which is also in the Mahabharata, where Krishna speaks to Arjuna. Next one was where Rama speaks to Jabali from Ramayana. This episode is from Mahabharata Anushasanika Parva. Yudhishthira has won the war. After winning, he has no feeling of victory or excitement or that grandeur, that great feeling of having won. He does not feel the taste of success. He goes to Krishna and he tells him, I don't need this land. I don't need this victory. I feel totally guilty. I don't want to rule this kingdom tainted with the blood of my own people. Now, what could Krishna have done? Just as he advised Arjuna in the battle, he could have done that to Yudhishthira too. But now Krishna knows that no amount of advice, no amount of consolation, no amount of dharma preaching would really help Yudhishthira at this stage. Yudhishthira would listen to one another person's words, whom he had his highest respects for. And in one sense, Krishna was younger than Yudhishthira. But for Arjuna, Krishna was almost the equivalent age. So always Krishna used to address Yudhishthira as Anna, as my elder brother, as his own elder brother. So now Krishna knows that Yudhishthira would definitely be convinced not of the answers from his own words, but from somebody else whom Yudhishthira revered the most. And who was that? It was Bhishma Pitamaha. So Krishna took Yudhishthira to Bhishma Pitamaha, and Yudhishthira asked him questions. Asked questions to Bhishma, who was lying on the Sharatalpa, on his deathbed. He was hit with arrows, yet that did not cause him pain at all. Because one who is steeped in dharma, one who wants to do something for the welfare of the society, they will generally not experience physical pain or pleasure. What hurt him was the adharma that Duryodhana was doing. So, as soon as Krishna said, he fell at the feet of Bhishma Pitamaha and said, please teach Yudhishthira, King Yudhishthira, all the Dharma Shastras that you know. And immediately Bhishma Pitamaha began so enthusiastically Brahmacharya Dharma, Grihastha Dharma, how a student should be, how a student should not be, how a householder should live, how after a particular point the householder, once he turns into his, say, 50s or 60s, how that person should live. We have dharmas for different stages. We have dharmas for different professions. We have dharmas for different occupations. That is Sanatana Dharma. The beauty of Sanatana Dharma is there is no general prescription for this disease. This is the probably the prescription. No. It always considers each individual separately. So, there are thousands of dharmas. For a student, it is a different dharma. For a grihastha, for a householder, it is a different dharma. For a sannyasi, the dharma is totally different. Likewise, for a brahmana kshatriya, brahmana means for a teacher, the dharma is different. For a politician, the dharma is different. Vaishya, for a businessman, the dharma is different. And for the employees who belong, it is not 1, 2, 3, 4. That 4 does not mean they are down. 4 is just a number. It can be 4321 also. You can name it in any way. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and the Chaturtha Dharma is the general terminology. But does not mean that 4th is the lowest or the gradation keeps coming down. Does not mean it's graded based on the levels. No. It's just a terminology. If you say Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasashrama, does that mean a Grihastha or a Vanaprastha is much, much better than the Brahmacharya Ashrama? You have to go through the stages, right? You have to be a Brahmachari first and then a Grihastha and then a Vanaprastha. So it's just stages and these are just occupations. So, as soon as every dharma was professed, Yudhishthira came up with this question, Kimekam Daivatam Loke Kimvapekam Parayanam Stuvantaha Kam Archantaha. Whom do you think, in your view, Bhishma Pitamaha, Stuvantaha Kim, whom should be praised? So people praise everybody. Ko dharma sarva dharmanam bhavata paramo mataha. Which dharma do you think is the best of all the dharmas? You have given so many dharmas. Which dharma is most practical? And then Bhishma Pitamaha says, forget all of this. In Kali Yuga, nothing of this is going to, actually nobody is going to follow any dharma. It might be very nice for hearing or for lecturing, but nobody is going to follow any dharma. That is the practicality of the situation. So then Yudhishthira says, then what do we do? And then he gives the Sahasranama, the 1,000 names of Vishnu. Vishnu Sahasranama. Thus was born the beautiful Vishnu Sahasranama. Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. And finally, what does the Lord say after hearing everything? Thus the Lord spoke. Thus spoke the Lord. That is our point, right? So what does the Lord say? He hears the whole conversation as a spectator, just as a mere listener. He does not open his mouth at all. Finally, at the end of the Vishnu Sahasranama, he says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Cha Dushkritam Dharma Samstapanartaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. Those who think of me, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, Ye Janaha, those people who think of me, I will look after them. Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. I will take care of them. Why do you need to worry about your future and your past, rewind and forward and get into all bad habits? Today I just heard a boy, just informally speaking, he was telling me in the 7th grade and in the 6th grade he sees all the fellow classmates falling into bad practices. Why? You should know that the Lord is Sahasrakshaha, Sahasrapat. He is looking at us every moment. Why do we have to engage our time, waste our mental and physical health in all the bad habits? Instead, just surrender at his feet and keep chanting whatever name. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. Just this Rama 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 Rama. One Nama, one name is equivalent to the 1,000 names. Rama 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 Rama. So he says, those who believe in me, I will take care of them. Yogakshemam Vahamyakam Paritranaya Sadhunam. I will come to save them. In some form, it can be a human being saving another human being, or it can be a book which is really saving your whole life. It can be some instrument. Somebody is into your life at some point and you don't see them at all. You've never seen them before and you don't see them in future. But that person has caused, that person or that incident or that book or that particular thing has caused a transformation in your own life. So he says, Paritranaya sadhunam. I will come to the rescue of those who believe in dharma, those who follow dharma, Vinashaya cha dushkritam. I will totally annihilate and destroy all the obstacles that come in the path of the person following dharma. Vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstapanataya. Everybody is into adharma today. The whole world is running on drug money. Whole world is running on liquor money. So, where is the ghati? What refuge do we see? If you are out of it, if you're not drinking if you're not using the drugs, people look at you differently. You don't have friends. There are some children who are complaining that they will look as the odd man out or the odd woman out or odd boy or odd girl out if they don't join these parties. But is it that our cultural ethos, our dharma professes? The whole train. Usually in Tamil we say, ஒருத்தன் போய் கணத்துக்குள்ள குதிக்க போறான்னா எல்லாருமே கணத்துக்குள்ள குதிக்கிறான்னா நீயும் குதிக்கணுமா? If hundreds of people are wanting to fall into the well, they're just following blindly. This is blind faith. This is just blind following. It's not about following our customs or the rest of it. It is considered as not progressive. It's considered as not cool. But what is this? This is not cool. If everybody is following the path of adharma and everybody wants to fall into a ditch, into a sewage, into a well, why do you want to follow that? You can probably be, you can have a banner or you can be probably declared as a joker or a totally odd person out. You can be declared as whatever you want. Still, your life is safe. You will have a good family. You will have a good environment, you will have a good physique, you will have good mental health, and finally, you will be followed. You will have followers in thousands because you never, to follow dharma, we are feeling shy. But to follow adharma, we are not feeling shy. It should be the other way around. Those who follow adharma should really feel guilty and ashamed. Today, 90% and 99% follow adharma. But here, Sakshat Krishna says, the Lord says, Dharma samstapanataya sambhavami yuge 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 yuge. I will come. I will come in the form of anything he can come. He can come in the form of anybody. Yes, in the Kali Yuga we can see no avatar of Lord Krishna. He said he will come and rescue all those who are suffering and all those who are going in the path of adharma. He will make their tracks right. Where is he? Why has he not descended? My Guru SriSrianna would say, he has descended. Not as Sakshat Lord Chatur, not with the 4 hands and 8 hands and 12 hands. He has descended in the form of beautiful gurus and saints like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, like Adi Shankara, like Ramanuja, like Madhvacharya, like Hita Harivamsha, like Vallabha, like Surdas, like Mirabai, like the Arvars, like the Nayanmars. All those divine personalities are none but reflections and manifestations of Sakshat, the greatest Param Devam. So, thus spoke the Lord, that He will take care of us. Don't you worry, He is there to protect us from every danger, to always be along with us as the Antaryami. Whether you are a Christian or whether you are a Muslim or whether you are a Jain or a Buddhist, the Antaryami is the same. So, irrespective of the religion, irrespective of your notions and beliefs, He is the Antaryami who keeps protecting us. So, our Namaskarams to the Antaryami, the person residing in our own heart as the consciousness, as Chaitanya. Namaskarams. In the next episode, let us see what the Lord speaks to which devotee. Radhe Krishna.